Please be seated. To the High Sheriff of Buckinghamshire, to our distinguished guests, to members of our governing council, the university and the local community, including Wycombe District Council and RAF High Wycombe, to parents, carers, family members and friends of our graduating students, and most especially to our graduating students, welcome to the Bucks Awards Ceremonies 2012. My name is Ruth Farwell, and I'm the Vice-Chancellor of the university, and I'm joined on the stage this morning by staff from the university. I'm pleased to welcome back people in the audience who have received honorary awards from the university in previous years, such as Tony Smart from the Worshipful Company of Furniture Makers, Vicky Tadros from Urcol, Bill Reid, and past council members Tom Dean and Peter Moss. Seated at the table furthest away from me is Pro-Vice-Chancellor of the university, Professor Chris Kemp, and next to him, Professor Derek Godfrey, Deputy Vice-Chancellor. Closest to me is our guest speaker, Nick Wilson, Vice President and Managing Director of HP UK, a special business partner of the university. This ceremony focuses on the awards being made to the successful students completing courses and research programmes in engineering, furniture, conservation, design and craft, advertising, fine art, graphic arts, jewellery, ceramics and glass, textiles and spatial design. All of these successful former students are waiting patiently in the front stalls of the Swan here today for their moment in the spotlight when they walk across the stage and shake hands with me and receive their awards. This isn't just any normal day, and that's why we're dressed in these rather strange clothes and doing rather strange things like processing. Processions, speeches and gowns are traditional on days like today, but it's not just about doing these things because that's what tradition dictates. It's also about marking the day as special and significant. After all, there aren't that many opportunities when you, the graduating students, can bask in the limelight and congratulate yourselves on what you've achieved. We've done some research on what are the qualities that people, students, staff, and those from outside the university who work with us or who are our neighbours in the community, the qualities that they ascribe to us. Formal and traditional, we most definitely are not in their view. However, the words they do use to describe us are friendly, supportive, relaxed, and helpful. I hope those words characterise both your time studying with us and also your day today, along with one or two others, I suspect, as well. Pride, perhaps, and also a sense of achievement. You've successfully negotiated all of the challenges that your course has flung at you during your time as a student at Bucks. But you've also probably had your lives transformed in many ways during your times here. In the days, months, and years ahead, you'll recall, I'm sure, just what impact being at university has had, the friendships that you've made, the opportunities you have had in ways not just directly related to your academic area, for some in sport, for others in recreational and social activities, for those who were members of students' union societies, and those who were able to spend time benefiting from the networks afforded by our partners in business, industry, and the professions. There are challenging times ahead, I'm sure, for you, but I hope that as Bucks graduates, you will take these in your stride. That brings me to a rather difficult subject, future employment, and what lies ahead in terms of career or how your existing career might progress. Earlier in the summer, the results were published of the class of 2011, those who graduated a year ago, and how many of those were in employment 6 months after their graduation. What I and many others were pleasantly surprised about was that nationally the percentage of graduates who were unemployed 6 months after graduating was virtually the same as for the class of 2010. In other words, the situation relating to graduate employment wasn't getting worse. Given that we know that some employment sectors, like local government for example, are shrinking, this outcome can only have been achieved if some sectors are expanding, or if graduates are successfully finding employment in areas that perhaps were not so likely to have employed graduates in the past. Employers are also reporting that they are demanding a better and more highly skilled workforce. This is particularly true of smaller employers who want a more versatile workforce. The big graduate recruiters are by no means the full story. The vast majority of graduates don't get jobs with these companies and never have. Most graduates work for smaller organisations in the private, public and not-for-profit sectors. And some graduates, particularly from universities like Bucks, are entrepreneurial and work for themselves or go into their own practice. There are employment opportunities. You'll need to be proactive to find the openings. You'll need to have persistent self-belief and flexibility, being prepared to work your way in and up in a particular field, and perhaps not the most obvious. There is an increasing tendency for employers to recruit graduates who are already known to them through vacation work, internships or placements. To help gain that all-important opening into employment, be bold and promote the skills that you have acquired from your degree and also the various other activities that you've engaged in while you've been a student. Whatever you go on to do, I hope that you think your time at Bucks was extremely important in shaping your life positively and that you will feel proud of being a Bucks graduate. We are certainly proud of you, and all of us at Bucks wish you every success and happiness in your life and career. The best degree ceremonies are a careful blend. On the one hand, they've an element of formality, as I said earlier. On the other, it's about having a good time and celebrating. So 2 final messages from me. The first to graduating students: it's your day, make the most of it. The second is to the others in the audience: throughout the ceremony, let's go for it and wholeheartedly demonstrate our appreciation of the graduating students and their achievements. We will now start the presentation of the awards.
Vice-Chancellor, I present to you the student of the university who has received the award of Doctor of Philosophy of Brunel University.
On behalf of the Senate of the University, I confirm that the research degree of Brunel University has been conferred.
For research into product design, process and personality, Christian McLenning. Vice-Chancellor, we present to you the persons here today and those graduating in absentia to be admitted to the degrees of Master of Arts, Master of Science, Master of Engineering, Bachelor of Engineering, Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, and Foundation degrees.
By virtue of my authority as Vice-Chancellor and on behalf of Senate, I admit them to their degrees.
We also present to you those receiving the awards of Diploma of Higher Education, Higher National Certificate, and Certificate of Higher Education. Master of Science in Engineering Management and Design, Rashid Beg. Master of Arts in Furniture Conservation, Restoration and Decorative Arts, Malcolm Bevan. Steve Metzler, Shelley June Seston, Hannah Jane Weston Smith, Master of Arts in Furniture Design and Technology, Orawi Chodamphai. Douglas James McFarlane. Also winning the Mixology 2012 Student Furniture Designer of the Year competition, Renee Olivier. Also awarded the prize of Most Distinguished Performance on a Postgraduate Programme and shortlisted for the Mixology 2012 Student Furniture Designer of the Year competition, Harry Owen. Master of Arts in Printmaking, Marilyn Waters.
Bachelor of Arts in Furniture Conservation, Restoration and Decorative Arts, Daniel Patrick Dashwood Smythe. Tanya Gray. Judith Mary Ham. Samuel Hutchins. Hayley Joanne Palmer. Lily Grace Rogers. Bachelor of Arts in Furniture Contemporary Design, Sang Ah Choi. Matthew Cox. Chelsea Crystal Dack. And Jade Sophie Moyes. Chris Newman. Oliver James Taylor. Joshua Tewson. Bilal El Fakir. For Bachelor of Arts in Furniture, Design and Craft, Karina Colette Adams. Jordan Cottee. Helena Crowley. Fraser Alistair Knight. Owen O'Rourke. Jack Oliver Eric Pearson. Oliver Lewis Sparks. Michael Thomas Sutton. And for Higher National Diploma in Furniture Studies, Samuel Ryan.
For Bachelor of Arts in Ceramic and Glass, Freya Anderson. Lydia Abigail Barton. Victoria Jackson. Georgina Karen Langridge. Janet Rose McLean. Philip Duncan Miller. Terence George Newman. Amelia May Patherbridge. Morgan May Tate. Amy Joanne Taylor. Bachelor of Science in Engineering Management, Kerry Ann Brown. John David Copping. Dermot Francis John Nolan. Paul Terence White. Bachelor of Arts in Jewellery, Naya Jane Campisi. Also awarded second prize in the Michael Jones Jewellery Competition, Nicola Rose Humphreys. Also awarded first prize in the Michael Jones Jewellery Competition, Petri Sharma. Joanna Taylor. Amanda Elizabeth Walker. Celia Popplewell. Master of Engineering in Mechanical Engineering Design, Mark Carter. Lee David John Edlin. Graham Martin Stubbings. Bachelor of Engineering in Mechanical Engineering Design, Hassan Abdullah. Andrew Angel. Max Bradley. Ryan Cook. Ratzlev Gogol. Christopher Harding Jones. Ben Hunt. Mark Morley. Ian Anthony Mortimer. Also awarded prize for most distinguished performance in an undergraduate program and most distinguished performance in a dissertation, Benjamin Nichols. David Stephen Ralph. Philip Sawyer. Mark Turl. Dominic Urry. Ryan Christopher Weston. Sorry. Thomas Wiltshire. Higher National Certificate in Mechanical Engineering Design, Samuel Christian Short. Bachelor of Science in Product Design, Shivani Raspatapathy. Martin Saar. Bachelor of Arts in Silversmithing, Metalwork and Jewellery, Tripti Samuel. Bachelor of Arts in Spatial Design, Anna Andrzejewska. Amber Carrington. Alistair Allen Kimhewitt Fleming. Rachel Jane Malpass. Daniel Robert Martin. Charlotte Louise Mathwell. Benjamin Rose. Eleanor Rose Stewart. Laura Taches Suarez. Fiona Jane Taylor. Lisa Jane Welsher. Sitsi Matuani Ahmed.
Bachelor of Arts in Advertising Creative, Stacy Louise Bird. Jack Croft. Eleanor Fenlon. Penelope Claire Goff. Sarah Louise Hand. Also receiving a Yellow Pencil nomination in the D&AD Awards, Sarah Emily Hardcastle. Julika Jessen. Karina Magar. Jessica Lois McClellan. Genevieve McManus. Percy Machenje. Mihaela Imavova Nichiva. Nicola Jane Oki. Dunya Apolko. Charlene Pickett. Also awarded the prize for the most distinguished performance in the dissertation, Olivia Stefania Popica. Also receiving a yellow pencil nomination in the D&AD Awards, Elliot Nicholas Shields. Sean William Roger Valentine. Bachelor of Arts in Fine Art, Paige April Bliss Ambrose. Yolanta Bakalarczyk. Emma Jane Cooper. Tim Alexander Donald. Alicia Diba. Saliha El Husseini. Christine Ellis McLaughlin. Shauna Fosker. Steph Guzdava. Gillian Elizabeth Gregory. Samantha Jane May. Catherine Louise Murphy. Also awarded the prize for the most distinguished performance on an undergraduate program, Marion Elizabeth Piper. Michelle South. Allison Iredale Walters. James Wells. Nicholas Anglin. Bachelor of Arts in Graphic Arts, Sean Bennett. Adam Bragg. Melissa Burley. Samantha Carey. Hannah Cater. Faye Dennett. Jennifer Dunlop. Sam Eastwood. Rachel Mariko Farnham. Jessica Gray. Charlotte Rose Halfhide. Jessica Harrington. Umong Ho. Rachel Hudgel. Josephine Kabuka. Suzanne Kloss. Hannah Maria Mabelson. Simona Mazermate. Craig McAnuff. Jessica Amy Norman. Stephanie Pay. Gemma Phillips. Natasha Popovich Castillo Nieto. Nadine Melanie Resch. Natalie Robinson. Perrine Remeth. Kate Russell. Leanne Scott. Joachim Spurl. James Voller. David Whitaker. Oliver Bray. Benjamin Linford. Bachelor of Arts in Textiles and Surface Design, Sundus Akhtar. Sophie Elizabeth Aldous. Liberty Allen. Sarah Louise Andrews. Elizabeth Ellen Bills. Amrita Chauhan. Jennifer Rosemary Collicott. Samantha Charlotte Court Defee. Helen Dugdale. Angela Duomo. Hannah Elizabeth Gage. Shanice Gordon. Karine Alicia Greenidge. Margaret Harris. Sarah Antonia Heaton. Rosie May Holdsworth. Emily Laura Howard. Stephanie Joanne Hudson. Amy Hunt. Also awarded third prize in the British Fur Trade Association Design Competition, Carola Maria Loeffler. Katie Lynch. Inas Hashim Hamid Mahmood. Natasha Jade Mahi. Clara Malonda. Lucy McKenzie. Helen Frances Margaret Mulligan. Emma Marie O'Brien. Kirsten Sean Palmer. Catherine Louise Packett. Sarah Elizabeth Poros. Also winning a graduate internship with fashion trend company Style Site, Sophie Rackstraw. Natasha Ramazankani. Winner of the Wool School Award in collaboration with Jigsaw, Hannah Rachel Simpson. Kiris Spencer. Hannah Jane Swainson. Catherine Harriet Swift. Bethan Jane Thomas. Naomi Tuffery. Also winning a graduate internship with fashion trend company Style Site, Chloe Samantha Turner. Sukhjit Walia. Laura Lynn Webb. Hannah Whale. Kate Elizabeth Christina White. Rochelle Williams. Kate Louisa Claire Lipman. Comma Benedict Rishman. We now present to you students who are receiving awards from various programs in this ceremony. Charlotte Ann Duckworth also awarded the prize of Goldsmiths Silver Company Silver Bullion Grant for B.A. On's Silversmithing, Metalwork, and Jewelry. Charlotte Duckworth. B.A. On's Furniture Contemporary Design, Adam Wong. B.A. On's Furniture Design and Craft, Ezra Winter. B.A. On's Furniture Design and Craft, Rossin Langford Bovingdon. B.A. On's Textiles and Surface Design, Megan Louise Rainey. B.A. On's Furniture Design and Craft, Sebastian Turcott. B.A. On's Advertising Creative, Jan Hendrik Chards. Open College of the Arts, B.A. On's Painting, Stephen Mee. B.A. On's Jewelry, Velma John. The Academic Dean will now introduce the special awards.
It is now my privilege to be able to make awards to academic members of staff who students feel have inspired them during their time here at Bucks-New University. These awards are based solely on the testimonials provided by the graduating students sitting here today. I would like to thank all the students who submitted nominations. Although there are many who are worthy of the award, the following colleagues will receive the Most Inspiring Tutor Award today. And there are 3 awards. The first is to Alan Franklin. And the next award goes to Mark Hudson. And the final award goes to Lynette Murphy. I will now introduce the Honorary Award. Mitch Brown graduated with a degree in mathematics from the University of Cambridge in 1964. After graduating, he started a lifetime career with AXA Equity and Law, now part of the AXA Sun Life Financial Services Group. His job brought him to High Wycombe in 1967, and he has been a local resident ever since. In the early part of his career, Mitch undertook the demanding study needed to qualify as an actuary. He accomplished this successfully and became a Fellow of the Institute of Actuaries in 1969. He was Director of AXA Equity and Law between 1988 and 2001 and Chief Executive from 1998 to 2001 when he retired. He is still involved in a non-executive capacity. The university has benefited greatly from Mitch's experience and expertise. In April 2004, Mitch was appointed as a member of the university's governing council, which is effectively the board of the university. Mitch was originally a member of the finance committee, and then, after a review of the council committee structure in 2006, a member of governance, honorary awards, resources, and remuneration committees. He became chair of the resources committee in the summer of 2008. During Mitch's time in office, he has participated in perhaps one of the most eventful, or at least fast-moving chapters in the history of the university. But as a council member, it was more than just participation. He was also instrumental in the decision-making which was brought about at a strategic level. Mitch has been excited to see the significant progress that's been made. In that period, student numbers have increased, full university status has been achieved, new student residences built, and there has been the major redevelopment of the campus in the centre of High Wycombe, the sale of 2 other sites, and the consolidation in High Wycombe and Uxbridge. Mitch's eye for detail has served the university well over his 8-year appointment to the council, especially in his capacity as chair of Resources Committee, which, among other things, approves and monitors the annual budget for the university. Mitch has an inordinate capacity to probe and dig deep into figures of any kind, financial and student numbers, for example. It was always worth the university's effort to try to convince Mitch of the merit of doing something based on the figures. If Mitch was convinced, then we knew that we were on the right track and that we had his full support. The university is extremely grateful for that support and the significant contribution that Mitch has given us over the years as a member of council. We know that we are the better for it. Vice-Chancellor, I present to you Mitch Brown, who is to receive an honorary fellowship of the university.
On behalf of the Senate and the Council of the University, it gives me great pleasure to confer an honorary fellowship of the University on Mitch Brown.
This concludes the presentation of the awards. The Deputy Vice-Chancellor, Professor Derek Godfrey, will now introduce our guest speaker.
HP is the world's largest provider of information technology products, solutions and services. The company works with individuals and organisations in around 170 countries, and its net revenue in 2011 was over $127 billion. Nick Wilson was appointed as Vice President and Managing Director of HP UK and Ireland in August 2009. He is responsible for a portfolio that spans printing, personal computing, software, services and IT infrastructure. Nick has spent over 20 years in the IT industry, holding a number of senior roles spanning technologies and services. Before joining HP, Nick was President and Chief Executive Officer for the Northern European arm of the IT services company CSC. He has also run Unisys in the UK and was the General Manager of IBM's global services business in the United Kingdom, Ireland and South Africa. During his time at HP, Nick has led a number of groundbreaking projects, including the establishment of Erskine in Scotland as a centre of services operation in the United Kingdom. He also led the first campaign by a large IT systems integrator to drive innovation and growth in the UK by engaging with small and medium-sized enterprises. Under Nick's leadership, HP has continued to be the largest supplier of technology to the UK government and home to an award-winning green data centre in Wynyard in the northeast of England. Nick works in close collaboration with HP Labs in Bristol, HP's largest research and development facility outside the United States. Nick has a bachelor's degree in business studies. He has 2 teenage children and is an avid golfer and keen with many other sports, including tennis and squash, both of which he once played competitively. He has been the Professor of Innovation and Learning at the University of West England since 2011. Nick's desire to revamp the UK's information and communications curriculum saw him start an innovative partnership model with universities aimed at improving employability of students. The programme sees HP working with Bucks New University, De Montfort University and the University of West England to design and to deliver ICT courses. We have worked in partnership with HP for the last 5 years, and with the company helping to transform the IT infrastructure at the university. Many of our graduating students have had the pleasure of being the first to use the new HP equipment which was installed within the Gateway building, which opened in 2009. We are jointly delivering with HP an innovative work-based foundation degree in IT services management, which is aimed at students who want to develop their IT skills and to improve their career prospects whilst remaining in the workforce. We have also started with the HP Institute to offer accredited professional IT training for people wanting to join or already in the IT industry. As an indication of the depth of the partnership between HP and the university, HP has sponsored a large range of Student Excellence Awards, which are being presented throughout the course of our graduation ceremonies this week. We are very grateful for HP's support and are delighted that Nick Wilson is here today to be our guest speaker.
Not quite as scripted as everyone else's, so bear with me. So first of all, I will start by saying a huge congratulations to all of you. It's really, really nice to see the passion, some of the attire, and the smiles on your faces. You should be enormously proud of what you've achieved. You've probably told your parents you've worked your absolute rear ends off for 4 years, but you thoroughly deserve this day, and I hope you go and celebrate truly hard and truly long, because the work starts now. I don't think you've got a better opportunity than in the next year whilst you're filled with all the enthusiasm of what you've just achieved. This is a very proud thing for me to do. It's a very personal subject for me, so thank you very much for inviting me. I will do these until the cows come home. I have given lots of lectures as part of my visiting professorship. They are far more daunting than any presentation I ever give to anyone, because you guys are so inquisitive. And your research on some of the lectures I've given is quite daunting at some times, and I learn hugely from you, and hopefully I pass a little bit of that on. My 2 kids, why some of it's important to me. My son's 20. Somehow he managed to survive partly sober his first year at university in Sheffield, which I have discovered is a massive party town. I hadn't quite realised. I had this vision of an old steel town, but boy oh boy. My daughter, during the summer, decided to change her A-level choice, which was an interesting period of time. And very interestingly, for today, she's decided to go for a design one. So it's really tough out there, and anything I think we can do to help you guys get jobs or give you the opportunities, and it's important to me. So HP and me are hugely committed to this subject, so I'm massively proud of what we do with Bucks. I'm really proud of what we do with universities. The degree we sponsor, being able to sponsor some awards. I know some of my folk come and give lectures here. I'd like to get more involved. We have more to come. The Institute, we've established an institute where you can get certifications for certain ICT subjects. industry ones which will help you get further employment, which I'm immensely proud of as well. On the wider education front, we have 3 of these partnerships so far. We've just signed 2 more, one with West Glamorgan and one with Staffordshire. And basically, I don't think big companies, or any company, to be honest, in the UK at the moment, with the economy so tough, when they do need skills, I massively need your skills. But it's not good enough for a big company to stand on the side and say, you aren't producing the skills we need, so we have to get involved. So we have put our money where our mouth is. We have co-designed degrees. I have trained people about how to come and give lectures. I do take on 200 interns a year. We take on, I think this year we took on 292 graduates. That will increase over time if growth comes back into the economy. And it's really important. We've sponsored degrees, we've got joint social innovation projects going, and the feeder system to universities, particularly from an ICT point of view. I was a very, very heavy campaigner. The GCSE ICT at school at the moment is absolute pants. It switches people off. By the time a girl is 16, she has no desire to go and do any STEM subjects because we have totally switched people off at school. So I have a particular passion for STEM subjects because we need the skills, but we were heavily involved in the campaign, and Michael Gove, following lots of meetings, and I've had meetings with Michael Gove and David Willits on the whole subject of this ecosystem education. Michael has canned the GCSE for September and is rewriting it, so we're helping with the consultation. And the visiting professor is very interesting because when my son was choosing where to go, he asked me for a list of universities that HP were involved in, and he went and visited every other one. And then, really ironically, 3 months later, the VC from his chosen university rang me and said, I don't know, would you like one of these partnerships? And I said, no, I can't because my son's there. But I did go. I haven't told my son yet. Now, you folks sitting there, I thought I was asked to give a few personal insights and things that you might want to think about as you leave the room, some with a more light-hearted feel. So I thought I'd go through just 4 or 5 things I think you could think about going forward, because it's a tough place, tips that have or haven't, pretty much mostly worked for me. I did a 4-year business studies degree at Middlesex Polytechnic. I did a year's sandwich course with NCR. I had no idea just before the what I wanted to do. I'd gone there because I was playing tennis, because Middlesex Poly at the time had a tennis scholarship system where if you were either good enough but couldn't be bothered to go full-time, or weren't quite good enough, I eventually worked out I wasn't quite good enough, and to be honest, at 17 I stopped growing, which is a real bugger when you play tennis. You need to be up here to play tennis nowadays. I was pretty good. I mean, I was 6th in the country, but never going to get any more, and I didn't really know what I wanted to do, and my placement year was a real dawning on me that I really enjoyed selling, working life, etc. So 5 things I will leave you with that I hope will be useful, that have worked for me, starting with, I think in today's environment, I think you need a plan, but you have to be very flexible with your plan. And if you are offered a job, you have simply got to take it. It is much easier to find a job from a job than without a job. So if you get offered a job, I think you have to make the most of it and get stuck into it. That doesn't mean you have to stick to it for your entire career in one company, one life. I mean, I think this is now my 10th company, and you can change, and I changed direction after about 15 years of what I wanted to do. But I do think you need a plan, and if you are offered a job in the next month or you're, in the next 6 months, I think you have to take it. That would be my number 1. Number 2, you have got to have an individual and clear value proposition of what makes you special and different, and every single one of you in the room will have a valuable individual proposition that you can sell. You might not see it yet, but work hard on your CV and how you go about portraying yourself to the world. And the most important thing I look for when someone comes for an interview with me from a graduate point of view is attitude, desire, and passion. Not the quality of your CV and how well it's written and all the rest of it. By and large, I will make my mind up on someone in the first 5 minutes based on their attitude, desire, and you can see it. It doesn't have to be that they're jumping on the table screaming, saying, give me the job, but you can see it in people if they have the want and will and desire to work. And it's a tough place at the moment, and it's very competitive, So a value proposition that's true for you. I think the third one, I think it would be yourself and true to your values. Don't try and be something that you aren't. You know, if you're an outgoing, gregarious person, don't try and appear to be this timid, meek, mild person. People will see through that. You've got to be true. And I think work out what's important to you. And that might change over the period of your life. I mean, I certainly, you know, if you were to ask me what's important to me, I would say I would put my family first over anything. If you said, my daughter has a parents' evening and I'm going to meet David Willits, well, there is only ever going to be one winner, and I will every single time go to my daughter's parents' evening. And that took me a long lesson to learn, because there was a period of time during my work where I probably put work first, but I learned a hard lesson that, you know, what was right for me. Because it's important. I think you have to be true to yourself. Don't try and be something you aren't, because it'll drive you mad, and it won't be something you enjoy. And that passion and desire you can see in people when they believe in something. Fourth one, if you don't ask, you don't get. Nothing will come to you on a plate. So you have to have your social media presence right bang up to date. Don't go and look at mine, because it's not up to date. Because if I get up to date on LinkedIn, I have 75 recruitment companies offering me their people, but I do other stuff, etc. But your social media presence has to be bang up to date, because people will ask you stuff, but you have to go apply. You have to ask for what you want. And when you get in a job, go and ask for what you want. A year ago, we talked about this Scottish centre we've built in Erskine. HP got 80% of the grant money that Scotland had to give 2 years ago. We created 721 in jobs. And on the back of that, I wrote to Alex Salmon and said, could I come and see you about 2 or 3 other things? And everyone said I was mad to write him. He'll never see you. I got 2 hours with him one-to-one. I remember a fairly senior, well, very senior, the CEO of a large, one of my ex-employers, which I won't name because it's another 3-letter acronym. I think I was asked to do a job, and I put a plan together. And I think at one stage I had him about that far from my nose, fairly angry, saying this plan will never work. Which was interesting, because I replied, well, then maybe you should find someone else, which probably wasn't the best career move. But he said, okay, well, I'll give you the chance. And then I said afterwards, could I have a one-to-one with you? And I said, you clearly don't believe this plan, and you think it's a bit risky, but you're giving me a chance. So clearly, if I don't do it, you have every intention of firing me. And he said, yes, that's absolutely right. So I thought, right, sod it. And I asked for what I thought was an absolutely outrageous amount of money if I was successful in doing it, because it was high risk. And to my huge surprise, he said yes, which I managed to keep my job. And at the end of the year, I paid my mortgage off. But if I hadn't have asked, I wouldn't have got. So do not be afraid to ask. I think don't be ground down by, and my last one in a minute, but don't be ground down by cynical old farts. You have huge, huge tenacity. Don't be ground down by old farts like me. Just ask for what you want. People want your attitude. They want your voracious learning appetite that you have. You have hugely useful skills. You may not realize it, but just by simply asking, why is that? Why do we do that? That is a hugely valuable skill in the workplace. And the last one I'd leave you with, which I try to convey, because I think I'm fairly permanently half full, is be upbeat and have fun. You do, by and large, be fairly upbeat and have fun at university. If you don't, you've probably gone to the wrong one, because my son is having too much fun. By nature, as a country, we are cynical and half empty. Our press beat people up when they're successful, when they aren't successful. Look at the lift by being half full the Olympics has given the country. I mean, it stopped everyone going to the shops as well, but it will come back. But please, please don't lose the half-beat, half-full stuff you have gained at university. It is so important. Don't be ground down. Keep pushing, keep trying. The world is a much better place when you're happy at work and happy, and when you smile and when you say hello to someone. I think as a country, we badly need that at the moment. We stare at our shoes and are really downbeat. I'm not, after completely being gung-ho and it's all not realistic, but don't lose that sense of fun you've got here. You can see it on your faces as you come, the fuse. I heard some people were doing the Bolt thing. Keep that desire and passion and have fun, because it's dead important. Work is a miserable place if you're miserable. Don't do stuff you don't enjoy. Go to work to have fun, and have fun in everything you do. It's really, really important, and I think the whole of the UK needs it. There are big companies and companies out there fighting for you guys a lot. We need your skills. HP, I think, has put its money where its mouth is several times. I've seen, well, currently 8 of the current cabinet. I don't know if they'll be there when I leave and go and see where they've all gone, but the stuff we've been doing, and there are other companies trying to get you guys jobs and improve the economy. Keep pushing, because you have skills that we need. And most importantly, have some fun, but I'll leave a huge congratulations to all of you. Keep that half-beat spirit going, and if there's anything I can do to help any of you, or you want pointing in an extra direction, my email address, and I'm more than happy, I will reply. It might not get back to you straight away, but it's very easy. My email address is nick.wilson@hp.com, and if you write me an email, I guarantee you a response. Thank you.
Hi, Sheriff, Vice-Chancellor, honoured guests, ladies and gentlemen. As Pro-Vice-Chancellor, it is my privilege and pleasure to conclude this morning's proceedings by thanking those who have made today's ceremony possible. I would like to thank the Vice-Chancellor of the University, Professor Ruth Farwell, not only for awarding the university degrees and diplomas, but also for her leadership over the past year. The faculty is honoured by the presence of Mitch Brown, a stalwart of the University Council, who received his honorary fellowship. I would also like to thank Nick Wilson for his enlightening and motivational speech. Just one quick aside, in the Olympic and Paralympic year, it was great to see 2 of our former students doing so well at the Games, with Chloe Rogers being awarded a bronze with the ladies hockey team in the Olympics, and at the weekend, former art and design student and jewellery maker Naomi Riches gained a gold medal at the Paralympics in the mixed fours rowing. What is it that makes a graduation such a special occasion? Is it the friends that you make on the course and see here today? Is it the pride with which your family and friends take so much pleasure in your success? Is it the lecturers, guest speakers, tutors, and professional service staff who aid your journey through your programme of study? Or is it the student experience or the front of desk welcome waiting for you here on campus? It is most probably a mixture of these things, coupled with your own individual memories of your time here at Bucks, which creates this rich tapestry of experience that makes up the Bucks community. Graduation is my favourite time of year at the institution, as we see students leaving with awards who are either entering full-time employment for the first time, completing a programme whilst in employment to further their expertise, knowledge or self-development, or going on to further study. This gives us a true sense of lifelong learning, and it is the diverse mix of programmes and students from which we gain so much pleasure in the faculty. Being both flexible in our approach and accessible to all, we have identified niches and partners which enrich the environment where we work. Today in your midst are industrial partners, awarding bodies, guest speakers, and others who have helped us in our quest for new and exciting quality programmes. These capture the imagination of students and enable them to develop personally. There are many employees at the university who have supported your journey through education here. Not only those on stage who you have known as tutors in one form or another, but also the professional services staff, management teams, technicians and campus staff, as well as those in directorates who pull together to make your time at Bucks as supportive as possible. As stated already, these people make up the Bucks community, and without them, we could not provide the activities that we do, including this magnificent ceremony. Teamwork is the ability to work together toward a common vision, the ability to take individual accomplishments and create shared objectives. Teamwork is the fuel that allows common people to attain uncommon goals. I'm sure that you will join with me in thanking everyone in the faculty and the university who has made your time here enjoyable and successful, and to those who have made today such a special occasion. The rewards this year have been many. We are pleased to see students graduating at our 5 faculty ceremonies on a full range of courses, from certificates and foundation degrees through to PhDs. The development of these programs has strengthened our links with industry, and in many cases has given those in industry without qualifications a chance to gain a degree through a work-based learning process. We have helped a number of students to work on projects within the industry, which has enabled many of them to not only enhance their career prospects, but to gain employment with many of the companies involved. This year we've been working on some extremely innovative new programs with many of our partners here today, forging strong links with a range of businesses and associations to improve access to education at all levels, to uphold our institutional goals whilst ensuring we remain outward-facing and drive employability. It is clear, however, that our job will be made so much harder without the assistance of the families and friends of the students who provide a great deal of support during the programs of study. Today, education has many more barriers to it, which are external to any institution. These include financial constraints, working to pay student fees, transport consideration, and a multitude of others. It is a credit to those here today that they have overcome all of these hurdles in front of them to graduate from their program of study. I'm sure that you will join me in thanking students, their families and friends for their contribution to this momentous occasion. To conclude, I would just like to say a few words to those seeking their fortune in the arts, the creative industries, visual communication, design, craft, and engineering. Albert Einstein said, "Imagination is everything. It is the preview of life's coming attractions." Do not be afraid to come forward with imaginative ideas. Believe in yourself and make sure that you are heard, and above all, go out there and make your mark. So go out there and join countless other successes from this faculty, but please, most importantly, go and make a difference. Many congratulations to you, and I wish you all well in your chosen careers. Please keep in touch and let us know how you're getting on. I hope you will all join us for light refreshments in the university after this ceremony. And now I declare this degree congregation and awards ceremony closed.